to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim. And I'm here with my beautiful, wonderful wife,
Susan.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know a Susan.
Actually, you do.
Oh, actually, I do know a Susan.
I don't know. I just was thinking I'm going to introduce myself with a different name today. Roberta.
You just said Samantha.
Samantha?
I don't know a Samantha.
I don't even know a Samantha.
Frozen 2 reference for all you out there.
Yeah.
Georgia is currently obsessed with
all the Frozens.
All the Frozens.
And Tangled.
And Tangled. So yeah. I don't know if we should say that Georgia is obsessed with.
Well, she's 5, so it's 5. Okay.
Yeah, she's 5.
Whatever.
But yeah, well, whatever. We have a lot of kids.
Baby
so
number 4.
Yeah.
They come out watching TV.
They do. It's a fact. It's a medical fact, in case you're wondering. So episode 26. Last week we talked about Genie Plus.
Last week we talked about D23.
Last week we talked about D23. The week before that was Genie Plus. So last week was D23.
Kind of. Yeah, it was tips. It wasn't just Genie Plus. It was tips that we learned from our trip.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. I'm like, was that only a week ago that we...
It was. Yeah. It was a week ago. 7 days. But episode 26, we got a treat. Not treats from Disneyland, unfortunately.
I wish.
But we have our first guest episode this time. We're going to try this out. It's the first time doing this, so I don't know how it's going to work out. But we're going to give it a shot. Our friend Chris, family friend, and they're also a Disneyland family. I would say like fellow.
Well, I would say just Disney because
Disney, yeah.
His wife, Christina, grew up going to Disney World.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. And Chris knows all like the deep cut Disney movies and facts that you may not know. I mean, he gave us like we haven't done his quiz that he sent us. We need to. I feel bad about that because it was like one of the first things he sent us when we first started doing this. And we haven't done it yet. But he like first sent to us these are some deep Disney movie facts that I don't think not a lot of people would know.
Yeah, like movies I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're a fellow Disney loving family. They just went on a trip. So I believe this is their first time since COVID.
Well, why don't we call them and find out?
I don't know. Let's go get them. All right. So we have Chris and his family. So why don't you guys say hi?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
So we have Chris, who is the dad. And then we have Daxton. How old are you, Daxton?
I'm 15.
And then we have Tegan. How old are you, Tegan?
I'm 16.
16. You guys are pretty close in age there.
Months apart.
Yeah. So Chris, tell me about you guys. We kind of teed you up. You're a fellow Disney loving family. Tell me about your history when it comes to Disney.
Well, I'm a native Californian, and so I grew up, at a young age going to Disneyland back when Disneyland was, somewhat more affordable, I think, for everybody. But it didn't have nearly as many bells and whistles, but there are classics. So I am a relic of the Country Bear Jamboree being still in Disneyland. And then grew up, of course, watching a ton of, 80s Disney films when it was getting into a lot of the country western stuff with the Apple Dumpling Gang. And then, my parents were also into it too. So they showed us a lot of the stuff from the 60s with Annette Funicello, and she was in a few different Disney movies as well. So, and then of course I passed a lot of that on to my kids. And then my wife is from the Midwest, and she grew up going to the other Disney, which was Disney World. And so that was a joining of the two Disneys, and we've brought our kids to Disney World, but more times to Disneyland because we live in California.
Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense to go to.
It's a little harder to get over there.
Yeah, for sure. So Daxon, tell me about, about yourself and what things of Disney that you like.
He's going to put you on the spot, Dax.
I really like the thrill part of it. So California Adventure is my favorite. And I like Incredicoaster, and I'll go on that as many times as I can.
That's a good one.
It didn't get stuck on you, did it?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
I did ride it like 6 times there.
Nice.
Oh, when you guys went last time? Nice. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. We were trying to go as a group, this last time, we were trying to, your family and our family, to go at the same time. And fortunately, it didn't work out with schedules and all that stuff. But I knew, like, Daxon, you really wanted to go on Guardians. Chris, you don't like those rides. And so you're hoping that I would, we would go together.
I have been on Guardians one time. I took Dax. He was a little bit younger. He didn't enjoy the experience, mostly because I saw him lift off the seat as we were going down, and my dad took over, and I grabbed his leg and forced him down, maybe a little too hard. So he was screaming, "Ow, Dad, my leg." I was screaming, "I don't care. I'm going to save your life." And that was the last time that we rode Guardians.
Yeah, that's funny. So it didn't work. Maybe sometime in the future we can make it work out. But all right. So Tegan, tell me about yourself and what you love about Disney.
Well, I just love being in the atmosphere. Like, I love the food and just walking down Main Street. And we always do the Tiki Room first, so that's got to be a favorite of mine.
Awesome. That's cool.
Like Disney bounding this time.
Oh yeah, I love Disney bounding. It's so much fun.
Explain to the people who don't know what Disney bounding is.
So it's like you dress like a character, but it's not a full cosplay. It's not a costume. It's just you kind of have their iconic colors. So I did Winnie the Pooh. I did a Newsy, and I did Rosetta from Tinkerbell.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
So, okay, I did not know this term, but it's kind of what I have done for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that term, but like I did the Frozen year, like several years back, and I would do that with my outfits. It's
how adults get to wear costumes without wearing costumes.
Exactly.
You can come. Although I would submit that my Star Wars Disney bounding was pretty close to what the employees were wearing.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. So how many days did you guys go?
Yeah. And so let's get into the nitty gritty here. Let's talk about your trip. So,
well, okay. Actually, I take it back. How long had it been since you guys had gone?
Like 2 years.
Oh yeah, 2 or 3, because we had gone just before the pandemic really kicked off.
Like
that's right. You guys
lockdown.
That's right. You guys were there either right before or right after us. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd been like March or so. I think it was like within like a week or a few weeks or so. Then they shut it all down. So it's been a few years. A lot has changed since then. So tell me about this trip. How many days? And
when they came out with the deal for California residents to have less expensive tickets, that's when we booked it, and we did it for 3 days. Because we felt like, without including, normally when we would go in the past, we had passes. And so, it wasn't an issue, hopper passes, or, if you're going to go to what park, you can kind of bounce back and forth. But this time we decided to do it a little bit less expensively. And we figured California, even with the Adventures Campus, could still be done in one day. And like not really have anything left that we needed to do.
Yeah.
Disney always takes us at least 2 days. So we did Disney, California, Disney, just to kind of break it up.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was our intention, and that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah, 3 days is a good amount of time. I think it's like anything less than 3 days, unless you're like a local and you can like go there for lunch.
Yeah.
But 3 days for like out of towners is like a good, amount of time, allows you to get everything that you want to do. So did you have a question?
Sure, I can come up with.
No, I thought you were about to say something. So.
No, I was going to ask. So you guys were staying in a Good Neighbor hotel, right? Like within walking distance.
I don't believe it is a Good Neighbor hotel.
Oh, is it not?
It could be, because it's right there. It's the Alamo Inn and Suites.
It wasn't on the map of Disney. Like if you look on the Disney map, which I believe Good Neighbors are on the map.
It is right across the street from Pixar Pier. It is within.
Okay.
It's like a 5-minute walk from Pixar Pier.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So did you guys? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So we stayed there, and then we were able to walk basically past Pixar and then through downtown Disney and right into the park, and it was really not too bad. So.
So did you guys rope drop?
We roped
first day. We barely got to rope drop.
So tell me about that. How was that experience? First time doing it, or
no, not the first time, but we don't do it every time though. Yeah. So I was like, come on guys, we need to get going. We need to do a rope drop. And then we got to the edge of the line of all the people, and then the rope dropped, and we just went straight to Tiki Room.
Mm-hmm. And then everyone else passed you, right, to keep going.
Yeah. And we were the only ones in Tiki Room. We got the whole experience.
Yeah, we walked in. He closed the door. We were the only ones in there. We went through the whole thing. Only us three, which was really cool.
It was really fun. And then we got the whips.
We do it every time, so that's our start. That's how we're kicking off. Like for us, that means okay, we're in Disney now.
Yeah. So I remember, we've talked before. You guys have like just pretty much every family has like a tradition, us as, we always go to Tomorrowland first. You always go to Tiki Room first and you guys take the left side. We go to the right side. But you were worried about, does Genie Plus make it more hectic? Can you not have a slow, chill time at Disneyland? You and your family like to kind of take your time and not kind of rush to ride all the rides. So tell me about kind of what you guys usually do, in years past.
Yeah, since I've been going, and my brother is a big fan, and as you guys know, my brother has Down syndrome, so Disney is kind of one of his, happiest places on earth, like it is for so many. But when you have somebody with special needs, you end up taking the park a little slow, low and slow, as they say. Mm-hmm. So, that's kind of how we've always done it. We've preferred to not mad rush through and just kind of slam out everything, but we really sort of, savor the little things and, the iconic stuff like the Tiki Room. So for our family, we always we come in, make our way down Main Street, and then bank left and head right for the Tiki Room, and then Dole Whip after. So it was really cool having it all to ourselves, because we kind of got to, really build out the songs and, have a little back chatter without having to worry about, disrupting anybody else. So it was pretty
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I really liked that, because the first day we tried for Rise, and then the next time we were like, yeah, no,
never again.
And it was the rest of the park was just so nice because there were times when it was just us in areas, and that you don't really get that.
When they rope dropped, they were just went straight right to Rise as we all went to left.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Big old mom.
It was interesting, how the different days were each day had a different flow to it. So the first day, everybody was rushing to, get to Rise. They were rushing to get to probably, Big Thunder. They were rushing to get into different places in the park. And we were able to walk right onto Jungle Cruise. We were able to walk right onto Indiana Jones.
Nice.
We had the Genie Plus.
Genie Plus. So that was cool.
And so that was really awesome. And that was something that I wasn't sure how worth it was going to be. Mm-hmm. And I also didn't like the idea of, I wasn't sure if I was going to be skipping like the majority of the line. Because at one point, like with a fast pass, they would cut you through on Indiana Jones. They would cut you through kind of the exit way. And so you missed a lot of the cave walk and you missed a lot of the cool things that you would get in line. But with the Genie Plus in the Lightning Lane, you still got to experience the full line, but while waiting, you were able to kind of walk through it, and we still got to pull the rope and step on the stones and make the guy fall and all that.
Yeah.
So this is, your first time going since, pre-pandemic, where, you had your usual thing going. You were worried about is Genie Plus going to make it more hectic? So what were your thoughts on Genie Plus?
I was worried if it was going to be worth the money, and I was worried if we were going to really have to ramp it up. And no, it was great. In fact, you have the option of choosing 2, I believe, every 2 hours, 2 rides. We were choosing 1, and then kind of by the time we were done with that 1, we could choose another. So we were cycling it that way, so that we were never like, okay, we just burned through 2 rides and now we have to wait 2 hours before we can, do something else. But by just doing sort of like one at a time, the park wasn't so busy that we would just kind of like move from one thing to the next. And then with Pirates, we were also hitting things pretty fortuitously, because we hit Pirates and then
when we got off of Indiana Jones,
we were the last ones, and they shut Indiana Jones down, like Dax just said. But we made it through okay. So things were closing. Maybe it was us. I don't know. Things were closing as we were going. And then the thing that I liked, it was super easy to use. It was very easy to understand what was going on. You got the alerts, but it also it was absolutely worth it. And in our situation, it felt easier than a fast pass, because they were just sliding right into every ride and moving very quickly through it. So that was pretty awesome. We also did the couple of the lightning passes for Cars and for Rise.
Yeah.
There was really no other way to do Rise.
Yeah. If you don't want to wait an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was longer than that. Like by the time we were able to do it. So it was just like, we'll just spend, the extra.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have Genie Plus and it's a slower time, like in the morning, you're able to churn. Cause like you said, it's like you can get one ride every 2 hours or before that, if you scan in before that, then you can pick your next one. So like, you don't have these long waits. And so you can just, get one Genie Plus, go through a fast pass line. You're like, okay, that's good. 15 minutes. Like, let's get the next one. So that's really when, like, I think Genie Plus really is great.
It works for you. Yeah. If you can get on that rhythm, then it really works for you. So we have found doing that though, that we tend to bounce all over the park because we're like, hey, this return time is right now. So let's head over to Space Mountain. But then it's like, oh, hey, Thunder Mountain. So we find ourselves walking a lot more. Did you guys feel like that?
No, I would think about what's next and what's up and coming in our route that we would normally go. And then if it's like, okay, it's it's an hour before we need to go there. What can we do? What do we want to see in between here and there? So it was like more of a leisurely walk. Let's go, to Frontierland and, shoot the targets. Let's go, stop in at the Golden Horseshoe Review and see if there's anything going on there. So that was nice just to have the freedom and not worry about it. Cause we, when we get to where we're going, we're going to be able to walk right in.
Yeah.
No, that's smart. That's better than what we did, because we were going back and forth all the time.
We were walking a lot.
Yeah, we were.
Unfortunately, Christina, my wife, didn't get to come with us this time because she broke her wrist shortly before our trip, but she absolutely would love the Genie Plus because she's a huge organizer, and so just like line everything up. She
would like the stacking.
Yeah. Well, hopefully next time she'll get to.
Nothing feels better than a good Genie Plus stack. You know? Nothing feels better. Nothing. So you guys hit, first day Disneyland, Tiki Room. You went Indiana Jones. You went through Adventureland, Jungle Cruise, Pirates.
Where did you eat lunch? The food is very important.
Lunch was weird. We because we brought some snacks, and so we had swung around, and we had intended on possibly stopping at the Beauty and the Beast Gaston's Tavern. It's not Gaston's Tavern.
The Rose
Tavern.
But oddly enough, on the first day, it was also the first day of school, I think, for a lot of the LA kids. But all the parents that had younger kids brought all their younger kids into Fantasyland. Fantasyland was the only place that was packed. Like, wow, this is nowhere else in the park is packed except for right here. And it was at lunchtime. So we ended up.
Snow White was like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty. It was like, it was pretty packed. So we shot around and ended up, we thought, okay, well, this isn't working. So let's go over to Tomorrowland and see what we want to do over there. And we've only eaten at Pizza Planet a handful of times. So we were thinking maybe Pizza Planet. And that was unfortunate because Pizza Planet apparently is a popular destination.
Yes.
Unless you're mobile ordering, you kind of forget about getting in there.
Yeah.
I know you guys like to go there, but since you've probably been there enough, you can mobile order. For me, I don't even know what kind of pizza I want. I'd like to have a place I can kind of walk through. I don't really want to order it off my phone. So we ended up, one of my dad's favorite places, Christina's second favorite place is the place that makes the salads.
Plaza Inn.
The Plaza.
Oh yeah.
So we ended up circling all the way around and heading up the Plaza Inn, but they had some amazing chicken Alfredo there that we all on.
Plaza Inn is the one place that we have yet to try.
Probably not the one, but one
They supposedly have like the best fried chicken.
Yes,
is what I hear.
They have incredible fried chicken. They have an incredible fried chicken salad that they'll make fresh right in front of you. Their fettuccine Alfredo was absolutely delicious. The kids,
I got that every time. It was really good.
We ate there twice.
We ate there
and the decorations inside is really cool too. It's very like royal almost.
Yeah.
I've walked through there one time. I was trying to find some food.
I mean, we I when we go to Tomorrowland, we always walk by there, and I always smell the fried chicken. And I'm like, that smells so good. Yeah, but we should try that next time.
Yes, it's on the list.
They usually have like some little desserty item in there too.
So we ate lunch.
And then from there, I feel like we jumped back into.
I think we went and got ice cream, right?
Oh yeah, because Dax was on an ice cream mission this trip.
Yeah. So
where did you get ice cream?
We got ice cream. What?
That one on Main Street.
Yeah, the one on Main Street.
Gibson Girl.
Yeah, Gibson Girl. And got cookies and cream and cookie dough.
Nice.
They're the best cookies and cream.
Yep.
Right. Oh, it's so good.
And then I think we headed to Space Mountain.
Did we? Was it Space Mountain or was it? Yes.
We were waiting on. something.
It was Astro and Star Tours as well.
Yeah.
So the kids did Space Mountain. I ended up doing. I kind of wanted to just chill out for a little bit.
You did the first day. Yeah, you did the first day.
The second one that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. But we did Space Mountain, then we did Star Tours, which was, always awesome. And then we did Astro Blasters. And normally on the shooter rides, I'm the top. I'm the dad. But Tegan beat both Dax and I this time.
Wow.
Nice.
It was awesome. It's the first time I'd ever done that before. It's because we got stuck, and then I was right in front of like the best one. Nice. And I just kept hitting it, and I ended up winning.
And it had been so long since I had been on that ride that I forgot that different targets have different values.
Yeah. Yes. The triangles are the highest.
The triangles and the rectangles.
And I was right in front of a circle, and I was giving it all I got, but I was not.
There are some hidden ones that don't have a shape. Yeah. So there's like Zerg. There's like a piece like on his chest. There's like a little hole, but there's no shape, and so it's like hidden. Apparently, those are like some of the biggest points.
My secret right now, because the second time we wrote it, I had discovered that secret. I blew them out of the water with my score, and now they know.
Now you just told us.
Sorry.
I was wondering why you got like 10,000 more than us.
Well, there you go. It's all over Instagram and TikTok. It's like how to get the highest scores on Astro Blasters. So
they say and then you have to be like in front of Zerg. And
right.
Yeah.
So hope for a breakdown.
And they sat together, and I was like, having fun just spinning it, so I just banked it left, and I was like, "Woo!"
I always forget that thing spins. I always forget about it.
Yeah,
I do too at first, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's right, I can move this thing." So I'm like, I'm trying to like turn my body, and I'm like, "Oh wait,
yeah,
that's a good one."
Yeah, I'm always. Oh, I'm not. You always have the baby.
I usually,
but I'm usually with Boston. Her second youngest and third youngest.
Second youngest. No, you're right.
Second youngest.
Yep.
I don't know.
He's our third boy, second youngest. He's the same. He likes to spin around like, no, I want to get the targets. I want to get the highest score. But it is what it is. So you guys did Astro Blasters, did Tomorrowland. What else did you do that day? Well, what time is it? Dinner time now?
It's getting close to the electric parade.
Oh, okay. So you guys bypassed dinner. So
we came out. We were going to have a late dinner because we had a late lunch, but Dax was amazed and Tegan was amazed because I was telling them, like, for Main Street Electrical Parade, if we don't start lining up like 2 hours early, we got to figure out what else to do. And they're like, that seems really early to just be sitting out in the sun waiting for the parade. And I'm like, you'll see. And when we get out there,
joke's on you.
All the choice spots were taken up. People were laying on. And, but we found a spot at just in front of Jolly Holiday.
It's the nice refreshment with all the hot dogs.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So that's it's a good and bad spot depending on what you want your parade experience to be.
Because I hate just sitting there for 2 hours, just like, because I'm in Disneyland. I don't want to be sitting here in the sun. I want to be riding rides. So what we did is what I usually like to do is we sit and get dinner, and we just slowly eat dinner and talk. Then by the time we're done, there's the parade. So that's my favorite thing, to find a spot next to a restaurant where we can just see the parade without just sitting in the sun.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
The caveat to that, and we did have a great spot, but because there's a walkway in between where you're sitting and the parade, there's a lot of people that don't know parade protocol.
Yeah.
So they think they can just roll up at the last second and stand. And then the Disney people come with their flashlights and they're like, hey, you can't stand here. And they're like, how dare you? I paid so much to get in here. I stand where I want. And then you get a little extra flavor, a little extra show.
Yeah.
The other thing too is, like, if you're down on the front lines where the parade goes by, the characters will interact with you typically as they're moving through. Obviously, you're not going to get that if you're sitting up, in the cheap seats where we were. But we got to see, the entirety of the parade. We had chairs with backs on them, which is always nice.
That's nice.
And it's been so long since I've seen Main Street Electrical Parade. It's my favorite parade. So.
Yeah. It was, I don't know why I wasn't really surprised. It was just like, it had been a long time since there had been a nighttime parade that I had been because they had a daytime one the last several years before the closure. And so I kept losing track of time. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh man, it's too late to like get a good spot.
Because the problem with the nighttime parades is that the people, they find their spots for the nighttime parade and then they camp out also for the fireworks at the same time.
Because it starts like right after that.
So if you don't get a spot for the parade, then you don't get a spot for the fireworks either, or
you could because we split it up. Mm-hmm. So one night we watched the parade and then we were doing the fireworks another night because we had the parade we ended up being in the same spot for both, but over at Small World. And then, if you want to view in front of the castle, though, it's like, you're not going to make it. So you need to, if you want to view in front of the castle, you need to find a spot for the parade where you can see the castle too, because you're not moving.
Yeah. So did you guys watch the fireworks?
There was really windy weather, so they canceled it.
I've been there, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to high winds in the atmosphere, we are unfortunately canceling tonight.
I'm not even kidding. There have been times where that announcement made me cry.
Yeah.
I have cried before.
Apparently in Disney World, there's another podcast that we listen to. They do fireworks, rain or shine in Disney World.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't.
So there was a summer thunderstorm and they're like, oh, they're going to cancel the fireworks for sure. Nope. It's pouring rain and they're still doing fireworks.
Wow.
And so it's apparently
mentality.
Apparently the reason why they cancel fireworks at Disneyland so much is because of the neighborhoods around.
That makes sense.
So when there's high winds aloft, it can push the sparks of the fireworks onto other houses and causing a fire hazard, obviously.
Yeah.
So the fire marshals in Anaheim are very strict. Whereas in Anaheim, they own the whole entire city of Orlando.
If they start a fire, who cares?
So they have no worries about that. So that's why, Disneyland, they cancel so often.
It seems too like Florida has such up and down weather that they would have to cancel it all the time.
That's
so.
We took the monorail. So that was fun.
What's that?
Took the monorail back.
That's always fun.
I was like, so today we barely made it to rope drop and tomorrow's my favorite park. So we're waking up at 5 a.m. So you better be ready. And they're like, well, then you got to get home. We got to get to the hotel and to get a good night's sleep. So we're like, okay, let's just take the monorail home then.
Yes. Yeah, that cuts out quite a bit of walking.
Mm-hmm. So you took it to downtown Disney.
Yeah.
And you went out the Disneyland hotel exit on that far side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
So
go ahead.
Well, I was going to go on to day 2. Did you guys rope drop in California too then?
We missed it by like 10 minutes.
So close.
So close.
It's hard, man. You think I do the same thing, Dax. I'm like, okay, we're doing it. But then when it comes to getting up and getting out, especially when you spent the whole day before in the park, you're tired. It's hard.
They were sore. I was looking up and they said a really good rule of thumb, especially if you haven't been super active through the pandemic, like we haven't, that start walking at home a good 2 weeks, start doing some brisk neighborhood walks. So that way, once you get to the park, you're not annihilated. You would love to keep going, but your legs are not wanting to carry you through. So I thought, that was good advice. We should have maybe done that.
So,
next time.
Or you might end up with a Achilles tendonitis like I did.
Yeah.
So Dad and Tegan, they were both hurting, but a couple of weeks before I started going on just walks around the neighborhood. And I was like, I don't know why you guys are hurting so bad. Just go.
If you would have listened to me.
Yeah.
You were prepped.
Yeah. Dax knew what's up.
I still have my Disneyland blisters.
Oh man.
Ugh.
That's tough, girl.
Yeah.
You went before it? Wait, no, after us.
After us.
You went after us.
So what did you hit up first?
What
was that?
Her blisters are in the shape of hidden Mickeys.
So you got to keep them.
All right. Yeah. So where'd you go first?
We went straight to Avengers Campus because I was like, Web Slingers is going to be so full right now.
Mm-hmm.
But surprisingly, it wasn't. It was 20 minutes.
Everybody goes to Racers.
Yeah, that one. Oof.
Yeah.
And it's nice because we didn't have to worry about a fast pass or anything like that. Cause that's pretty much back in the day, you rope dropped almost solely for the purse of walking very briskly, if not running 2 racers to get your fast pass before.
Right.
Yeah. You didn't go to the line. You went to the fast pass.
Yeah.
Dax was chomping at the bit to get to the new web slingers.
Yeah.
Tegan, however, was in full Newsies Disney bounding mode. And so there was a couple of the Hollywood starlet ladies out, take some pictures with them and have like some good chatter back and forth. And so we were snapping a few pictures along the way, but Dax was very anxious to get.
I was like running in place behind them, like, come on.
Had you been on web slingers? No.
This is the first trip.
I'm a big Marvel nerd, so I was geeking out the whole time. Nice. They're all like, let's go to web slingers. Like, I can't right now. I'm looking at everything.
So what did you think of web slingers?
I was really surprised that they didn't give you gloves. And I was so happy with being able to just sling out and grab something and throw it. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting the best score the first time around. And then Dad figured out that you can hit and grab things too. And then I went straight down and he went up.
Wait a second. Okay. So I know you can like sling the webs. You can grab things.
So you can sling it. So when you sling it, the web grabs something and then you can flick your wrist in a direction. And like, if there's like a box, you can like flick it to like a bomb and it like explodes everything.
Okay. Well, next time you're holding the baby because the first time
next time we're not going with kids.
Well, yes, we are.
I guess we are.
But the first time we rode it, Georgia was only like 4 months old. So I was just worried that she was going to freak out on this ride. And I, had to really hold her. This last time, she could fully sit up on her own in my lap, but I still was concerned if this was going to scare her since she's more aware of things. But I got the hang of it more this time, but I did not know that. So thank you for that tip.
Yeah.
You're holding the baby next time, so I can.
Do you know about the power-ups that you can buy?
We were looking at them. That would look like I was like, I'm thinking about buying this. I'm probably never going to use this.
I think it's cool that they did that. It's smart that they did that, but I think that's an experience that you can augment your it's a way to personalize a Disney ride.
Yeah.
So with the Iron Man gloves, then you're doing a certain kind of blast. If you're going with the Doctor Strange one, you're doing your Mystic blast thing. If you go with like a Spider-Man upgrade, then you're doing dual webs. It's pretty cool. It's a cool concept.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat how they can do that. So
pretty fun.
So you did web slingers first. What'd you do next?
Then we went to go get breakfast because we were like hungry. So we went to Pim's Test Kitchen.
Oh, nice.
And that was
empty.
Yeah, it was, basically empty, which it was so cool. All of the big stuff, and then watching the pretzels go by and getting big.
Yeah.
Then,
I didn't go inside.
You didn't go inside. I just went to pick up our food. But yeah, no, they have some good. Just looking on the menu, they have some good breakfast. They have like big like French toast.
Oh my
gosh! Yeah, we got the French toast
with the tiny.
I got the.
What'd you say, Tegan?
I just said we got the French toast and the big pretzel.
Nice. Was the French toast good?
It was not as good as I expected it to be. It was pretty eggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pretzel was really good, though. The pretzel was, I was considering, because we ended up going there again for lunch. I was like, I might get the pretzel again.
And the thing is, they give you this giant piece of French toast, but they give you normal size syrup.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So how are you supposed to eat this?
Give me double.
A little shot glass full of syrup.
Yeah.
And we got this souvenir Pingo Doce.
Oh, it's the soda that the cast member was telling us about.
Oh, okay.
But they have the big sipper. It's like an oversized can.
Really big.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So in the Ant-Man movie at the end, Stan Lee opens a refrigerator full of Pingo Doce. So that's like my favorite soda. And seeing that, I was like, I got to get that.
Not just the souvenir cup. At the Freestyle soda machine, you can get the actual soda from the movie, which is really good.
It's like a lemon lime lemonade and vanilla Sprite.
Interesting.
I think she told us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted, we hadn't eaten there before. So we wanted to try it and we really liked it. And I was like, I want to eat here again and like try different foods in Avengers Campus because it was good.
So you had breakfast. And so what was next?
Then we kind of just took a few pictures with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and like the various little marks that we saw. But that was kind of it for Avengers Campus. There's nothing else really there right now.
Yeah.
Started heading towards cars at that point.
Yeah. You saw that they announced an Avengers ride coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool when that goes out.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. So then you went to Radiator Springs. So you did individual lightning lane for that?
Yes. So here's my thought on that.
Okay.
We had grabbed a bench to sit down and kind of like talk about, do we want to do this ride? If so, are we going to lightning lane it? What are we going to do? And the kids and I decided, okay, it's worth it to do the lightning lane. Let's do it. So as basically we're hitting, take my money on the app. And then we all stand up and round the corner, the ride shuts down.
The worst feeling.
I was like, oh my goodness, now what's going to happen? Like, do they refund us? Do they send us somewhere else? And they're just like, you have to come back in 2 hours and then it should be.
Yeah, they were like, it's probably only going to be done for an hour. And as we're passing, I was like, they did this all day yesterday. And we're like, oh no.
So we walked into Pixar Pier, but I thought, if I had it to do over,
we went on meters.
You're in eyesight of the ride working. That's probably where you want to do it. Like, okay, let's go now. I kept checking the app to see when it was back up. So I think that's when we rode Incredicoaster.
It was Maters. We went and hit Maters.
Oh, that's right.
And then we went to Fisherman's Wharf.
Yeah.
Fisherman's Wharf.
Which was funny because we were sitting there and we were like, this place is pretty old. I wonder what they could turn it into to be like new. And I was like, I think they should make it Remy's, like have that area.
That'd be cool.
And then have the ride.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
It wouldn't fit with the California theme, unfortunately, but with it being Paris. But
and then I knew. But I said, I think what would be amazing here is to turn this into San Francisco.
Nice.
I had no idea that was what the D23 plan was for it.
Yeah.
Like they haven't done anything with Big Hero 6.
No, I know.
For it. And it has the California theme to it. San Francisco, Tokyo.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bot fighting in the corner. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. That'd be cool if they have a store where you can make your own fighter bots.
Yeah.
And then you can fight your fighter bots in some shady back alley.
Yeah.
I was talking about like a ride like Pandora where you get on Baymax's back.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That'd be fun.
The tops of San Francisco.
Speaking of Fisherman's Wharf, did they stop handing out free samples of the chocolate after COVID? Because we went through there and no one was there.
Nobody gave us chocolate. They just looked at us like, we're here for samples that we're not giving out.
Yeah, I think they stopped doing that.
Yeah, because they weren't when we were there.
I think if you buy something at Ghirardelli, then they give it to you.
I didn't. They didn't give me anything.
Give it? Oh,
no.
okay.
I was there kind of late, at night, like World of Color was about to start. They were kind of, but they didn't.
I remember them. They used to do that.
Yeah. They still did the bread samples though, going through the bread factory.
Oh, did they? So maybe it's just maybe the Ghirardelli cast members are just slacking.
They're tired of all the
free chocolate they're giving.
Bunch of freeloaders.
Yeah.
So
then we headed to Pixar Pier, and we did
So we placed our fast passes not fast passes, Genie Plus for Incredicoaster, and Tegan didn't want to do hers.
I always sit out. I've never done California Stream. I've never done the Incredicoaster. I can't do those big coasters. So I just sit there, watch all the people.
So Dad gave me the option. Do you want to go 3 times on the Incredicoaster?
Nice.
You're going to go with me and then go again. And I was like, I got to do it with you because that's what we always do. Then I'll go again. So went through, which was really cool, just like going right past it.
Yeah.
And then did it immediately after again.
Yeah. That's I love that one. It's so good. And I was a bigger fan of it once they changed it to Incredicoaster. Like I liked it before, but I could like skip it if I needed to. And now I'm like, no, I can't miss it. I usually do though. You
do miss it. You like go on it. It's either there's downpouring.
It's downpouring and they close it, or a track or a car gets stuck on the tracks and they close it.
I was so nervous the first time we went on California Screaming. I was with Dad and we were pulling up and I was like, Dad, I've changed my mind. And the carts went in and it made that little sound.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was telling me to shh. And I was like, and we went and I was screaming. And then the first drop, I was like, I love it.
That's a good one.
It's really good.
That's a top red for sure.
I used to really hate that feeling of like my stomach dropping out. The loop I'm 100% fine with. But I figured out a way that if I kind of like, instead of fighting against the fall, if I push myself forward and fall with it, my stomach doesn't drop. Now that I've like figured out my roller coaster technique, I enjoy it a lot more.
Nice.
We should tell that to Noah because Noah doesn't like that feeling.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the stomach drop, the butterflies, or what does he call it? I can't remember. Anyways, he doesn't like it. So we should give him some tips.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
So now did you guys do Toy Story Mania? I'm curious about scores.
Cookies first. Gotta get a Num Num cookie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Num Num.
Those are so good.
Yeah.
I missed that last time too, but they're so good.
I think we walked past it because we put our Genie Plus.
Genie Plus, but it still had a little bit of a wait. So
we did the fair rides.
Yeah. Fair rides. I rested my tootsies for a little bit. Then we came back through. I always like to walk through the Midway, but when it first came out, before it was Pixar Pier, they had some awesome prizes. They had some awesome games, and I loved going there and playing them. They had these giant pigs that you could win. It was a lot of fun. And now I kind of just cruise through and I'm like, I don't know that this is worth my time and money.
Yeah, I don't remember it before Pixar Pier. I think we started spending more time there when the boys got a little older and it was Pixar. So yeah, I don't really remember.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, they're a lot of them are you get a prize no matter what you do.
There's a cut. No, there's only like one or two. Because that's the one we would make the boys do so that there wasn't a
You always get something.
Do that one.
Yeah.
All of the prizes are themed for the Pixar shorts that they have.
I'm surprised that they didn't remask it like the Toy Story. What is it? Toy Story 3, where they actually were at like a Midway.
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4, yeah. And you could win like Bunny and Ducky. That would be good.
Yeah, that would have been good. So where'd you guys eat lunch?
We went back to Pim's Test Kitchen.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Yeah. So you did.
First, we finished out with Toy Story Mania.
So good.
And then Dax did.
I did Incredicoaster
again.
Well, wait. No, I did. Well, yeah, I did. And then Single Rider.
Single Rider.
I did Single Rider.
Okay, but we were walking up that hill, and Dad said, "Okay, we're not walking down this hill ever again. Make sure you do everything you want to do."
I was looking at kept looking, and I was like, "That Single Rider looks really short." Okay, bye.
Good idea.
Because Cars came back online. So we were heading back to Cars, and
we were hungry though, so we went.
We did Pim's after Cars.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. All right.
We went back through cars, and then so the thing about that is we jumped in the lane because I'd been paying attention to the app when it opened back up, and we shot right to the front of the line. There was a very short, just on that last stretch where you're moving up the ramps. That's where we caught people finally. And I'm like, this is so worth it. Like, this is lightning. Yeah. There's so many, because that where you would normally go through, that was all packed, all the way packed to the store and around the block. Like, there was a line.
Oh, wow.
And I was
you get like that feeling of pride of walking past, like.
Dax gives people looks as he's by. And then we did cars. It was great. Tegan was driving.
Oh, nice.
We won.
Nice. I was going to ask, did you win?
But also, when we were walking out of cars, the whole lightning lane
was full.
It was packed.
Like,
wow.
That's when people were starting to realize that the ride was back on.
It was like the same as the standby. I was like, if we paid for this, this is not what I would want to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's I think they probably must move them through faster.
Yeah, they give priority. And I feel bad for people in the standby line because they obviously they get priority to the lightning lane people. But the old fast pass system, it was like, it was like 5 fast pass people for every 1 standby. So they had like a ratio. Now it's, if there's anybody in the lightning lane line, all of them go first before one standby. Yeah. So
that's why sometimes standbys are so
standby is so long. People don't like the lightning lane or fast pass line because it makes the regular line artificially long. Mm-hmm. So if you only, because we went when there was in between fast pass and Genie Plus, right? When they opened up during the pandemic, and everything was all standby. And so nothing was over, nothing was too, crazy long. So it wasn't too bad. But we definitely noticed since they brought Genie Plus back, regular lines have gotten much longer than, your lightning lane. But
I would still feel bummed if it took me 45 minutes to get through the lightning lane.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
One that I know you guys didn't do this because you did it first in the morning. Indiana Jones always has a long lightning lane, especially in the middle of the day, because it breaks down all the time. So you have people coming in, redeeming their fast pass. Genie Plus, excuse me. So you did racers. Yeah. You did racers. So what time of day is this? Or is it dinner time? Where'd you guys eat dinner?
It's noon. It's like
it's around noon. Okay.
Oh, wow. So you guys
did a lot before lunch. Yeah. So you did Pim's Test Kitchen for lunch again.
They were eating. I finished.
What we got?
I got the mini Pimnini sandwich.
And I got the giant chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I got the PB&J, and then
me too.
Yeah, the panini.
What is it called?
Pim because Pim Tesket.
Right.
Nini. Yeah, that looked good too. You see that they have like the $100 version for like a family.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. But cool. Did you guys like it? It was all good.
Yeah, it was really good. They had like this pudding with like popping boba,
which I always have loved popping boba, and I was like, why don't they have this at Disneyland? And then and it was there.
Like almost every drink she got had popping boba. I really like the normal boba, the honey boba. So I was like, they should add honey boba because I would like this more.
They need a suggestion box.
They do.
Yeah,
they need a suggestion box.
So when they were all eating, I was like, I got to go do Incredicoaster again. So I left to go do Incredicoaster.
He actually did. Yeah.
Yeah.
After eating lunch.
Yeah.
Brave boy.
He's die hard.
It's true.
And then he met Tegan and I at Ariel, but because he took a little bit long, we had already went through Ariel once.
Yeah, that one goes through pretty quick.
It's great when it's hot.
Oh, it's great.
I love that ride when it's hot.
Yeah. How was the weather when you guys went?
It was a little toasty, but not super hot. It was in like
it was like a perfect California adventure day. Like you get wet on the rides, but it's still it's like not cool enough so that you don't want to do the wet rides, but it's hot enough so that the wet rides are really nice.
It was good, but I was in
Yeah.
I was in newsy attire, so I had like a whole wool vest on.
Oh.
It was, and I had those newsboy caps, and my head was so hot. But I stuck through. I was loyal. I didn't
change of clothes, but she stuck it out.
Nice. Very
nice.
Well done.
All right. So what else did you guys do that day?
After Ariel, we went to Grizzly.
We did soaring because the Grizzly we put a Genie Plus on it because it was the peak of hotness.
Yeah.
So it was like an hour and a half wait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Genie Plus that day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nice.
Oh,
Soaring's a good one.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, this is jumping ahead.
Go ahead. Jump ahead.
I was just going to ask if you guys watched World of Color.
We did the package with, what's the name of the restaurant, Dex?
Storytellers Cafe.
Yeah, we did the Storytellers Cafe.
Oh, nice.
So you guys, go ahead.
We always eat breakfast there when we go with our grandfather. So we've never eaten there for dinner or anything else. So it was interesting to see the different stuff that they serve.
So you left the park to go to Grand Californian for Storytellers, right?
Yes.
And so I didn't know that they had a dinner package for World of Color. So that's cool.
So it was
Victoria or Storytellers. You can.
So we were trying to decide, but for the Italian restaurant, it was you get a certain meal. Like you can't pick. So it's like you get an appetizer, you get an entree. And I was like, I want to get pasta there. I don't want to get salmon. So I don't want to take that risk. So let's just go to Storytellers.
And we've never been to Storytellers. Is it a buffet?
It is a buffet.
However, you can order off a menu, and they said what's not on the buffet is sliders and grilled cheeses. So we just ordered a round of sliders and grilled cheeses as well, which was so good.
The sliders were unfortunately undercooked, but the one that I had, it was really good. And I liked it a lot. I was like, Dad, you got to try this. And he bent and he was like, are you sure you like this?
And then in the morning, during breakfast, the characters come out and they do like a whole dance line, and all the kids go in.
You get like little pins and stuff too.
Nice. Yeah, we wanted to do that.
I know. I've wanted to eat there for a long time and haven't done it. We need to do.
So have you guys done World of Color before, or this is your first time?
We have, but not for a very long time.
Yeah, that's too.
Yeah. So what'd you think?
It was incredible. I was surprised of how many effects they could do with just water and light. And it was like when they shot up the water and then they hit the light just right on it. It looked like it pinged off the water in midair. Like there's no water up there except for the one that they sprayed up. And I was like, how did they make it look like it just pinged off the water? And it was really interesting.
Yeah.
And then when they did the fire part with pirates, they just shot fire into like the middle, like lit up the whole area.
You can feel the heat.
Yeah, everybody's face got red. You could feel the heat radiating from it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that you can feel the heat. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've always loved World of Color.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Next time. Yeah.
Well, it'll be a new one.
That's true. Yeah, they have the new one for the 100th anniversary coming up. So that you ended out your California day. And
we went, it was like we had like 15 minutes left in the park. So we ran over to Web Slingers again.
Oh, nice.
Nice. What was the wait?
We walked right on.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good thinking. Did you go on, Dax? Did you go on Guardians?
I wanted to, and I was saying that I didn't know. I forgot that the park closes at 10 and not 12. So I was thinking about time. We didn't even go over there, but I was planning to after Web Slingers.
Okay.
So then we ran out of time because everybody was leaving and the park was shutting down. So I was like, I'm so disappointed.
Oh, sorry about that. Next time, if we go again, I'll take you on it. Don't worry. You and Boston can go.
I saw his reaction on Instagram.
He loved that ride. It was
one of the funnest things I've ever done with any of my kids. Like taking him on it for the first time was amazing.
I think taking anybody's, their first time ever going on Guardians is except Chris and Dax, your first experience wasn't that great, but
it's memorable. Even if it's not great, it's usually memorable.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. So your second Disneyland day. Now, was this a full day or was it just a half day?
It was, we ended up staying about till like 5, 6, then right.
Did you drive home that day?
No.
Oh, it was 8 o'clock.
Okay, good. So you guys drive home the next day.
Dax feels like it was early because he wanted to close it down.
I was like, last day we got to do it till park closed.
So dead. My feet were dead.
And I could tell that they were like winding down. I was like, here, sit at this bench. Okay. Hey, ready? You make sure you rest up.
Rest up, old man.
That was the day that I did my Disney bounding. And so I had my whole Nerf herder outfit on with the new sun hat that they had in Batu that you could buy, which was awesome because it really does keep the sun off your head really well. I was shaded. I bought it the first day because we just swung through Batu real quick. And I'm like, ooh, I need this for my...
I only brought one hat, which was the train conductor hat. And I always wear my Oswald hat every time. And it was too small on me. I was like, I still got to wear it. It's tradition. I have to wear it. I don't care how funny it makes me look. And Dad was like, don't worry. There's some in California. And so I was rolling up in California, looked around, there was nothing. And I was like, oh no. And I asked, and they're like, that's long gone. And I was just like holding in the tears. So sad.
They don't have the same type of hats anymore. They have the ears for the girls everywhere, but just like Mickey ears. I mean, they just have the standard, like what you're wearing, Chris, the standard, the Mickey Mouse Club type hats.
Or they have like hats,
or they have like specialized, like for, Galaxy's Edge or the First Order hats and stuff like that. But for like the Mickey ears for boys, I mean,
or even babies, they got rid of. They used to have because I got the boys each one when their first trip with their name on the back, and I couldn't get one for Georgia. They're like, oh, we don't have any, infant ones.
Yeah, there's not as I guess they're not as popular. So the ears for the girls is what's popular,
what's trending.
Yeah. So was that your Galaxy's Edge day?
Yes.
That day? Okay. So is that the first thing you did? So you went straight there, or what'd you do?
We went straight for Batu, had breakfast there.
Nice.
Wait, where did we ate?
Did you get the cold brew?
I did not.
I've been wanting to try it. I did. Every time I say I'm going to try the cold brew, I never do it because by the time we get there, it's like I'm already need my coffee, and like
you've already had it,
or I've already had it. So
we got the breakfast Ronto roaster, which was good.
Nice.
Was this your guys' first time to Galaxy's Edge?
No, we got it when.
Oh, that's right, because it was open then. That's right. Right. Okay. Never mind.
We went there first when it first opened. Then we went again when Rise came out.
Yeah, we went when there were still reservation slots.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. One of those
That's right.
that cheered when all the phones went off.
That was a great feeling. Even though it was extremely stressful. It was
stressful. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it because I didn't like the stress that they were adding to like first getting into the park. But when you heard through the park, everyone cheering, it was like this camaraderie that was fun. Yeah. But
unless you didn't get a reservation.
Unless you didn't get it.
and then you saw people crying.
Yeah. That was me. So you guys, I assume you bought Lightning Lane for Rise. What'd you do first? Did you do Smuggler's Run or Rise?
We did Rise. We went on Rise first.
So we tried to go on Rise first, and we made it
about halfway through when it opens, and then it shut down.
So we didn't get into the little cars yet. We were still walking around.
You're in the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, we were in the Star Destroyer. We were in the containment. We were just getting ready to get put in our containment cell, and then they're like, "Nope." On second thought, I'm this way.
And that was
free to go.
That was really weird because we had to walk through all the behind the scenes where the cast.
Oh, I hate that.
And it was a little heartbreaking because it really takes you out of the moment.
Yeah.
I really like Star Wars, so I was walking through like I'm still in the Star Destroyer. I'm still in the Star Destroyer.
Yeah. When we first went on, the first time we ever went on it, we did the same thing. We got into the cars.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we're here to see. And this is, when it was new. And so they were super energetic. Everyone was playing the part like really well. And they were like, come on, hurry up. To
the point that I was like nervous.
Yeah.
Like, they did such a good job. I was like,
we got to go. And then the cast member, she was like, okay, make sure, follow these directions. And she was like, she looked back at the control panel and she was like, she's like, sorry, get out, come this way. And I'm sure it was probably like the fifth time it broke down that day.
Yeah, I felt bad for them because people were getting mad at them and they were obviously frustrated.
And this was like 8:30 at night, and they only go until like 9:00. And so that was our only chance of going. And so for that day, and I remember I went to guest services on Main Street, town hall or city hall. And I was like, is there any way we can get, a fast pass or a boarding pass for the next day? Cause this was the last boarding pass for the day. And they're like, sorry, we can't do anything for you. So, but I think we ended up going.
We got it the next day or whatever.
So it broke down on you. They give you a pass when you get out.
They gave everybody passes. So
it reactivates our Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
Whatever else we want to do, or we just wait. So we did. We actually went to Alga's for a little bit. So we jumped on Smuggler's Run. We were shopping around. I was taking some pictures because I was in my zone. I got to hang out with. We saw Fennec Shan.
Nice.
And
she tried to make me join the bounty hunter group, and I was like, sorry, I'm not doing that.
You're a proud first order man.
Yeah, everyone really loved Axe's hat. They were all talking to him in character.
Yeah, they're all like, watch out for this one. Even Commander was like, watch out for this one. I was like, you mean that one? And I was pointing that because he's in like full Jedi suit.
Yeah. So how did on Rise, how did they treat you? Because obviously you're a prisoner, supposedly a resistance spy, but you're wearing a First Order hat. How did they treat you?
They said the planet where the secret base is at, and I was like, I'm keeping that head, and you better hope that none of the First Order asks me because I'm telling them. And so Dad the whole time is whispering in my ear, "Pacha, pacha, papa." And I was like, stop it. Gotta remember this.
I was saying things that sounded like it, but were a little bit off.
And so the rebel was like, I like your hat. They'll never know that you're with us. And I was like, I'm not.
That's funny. So that's fun. That's what makes it fun because they all play the part with it. So it's cool.
So with Ray, and she asked if I was of the Jedi persuasion, and I said, "What? Oh, I'm a humble nerf herder. Are there still Jedis about? Oh my!"
I'm just behind him, watching him suspiciously.
That's funny. So on Smuggler's Run, who got what position?
Oh, so here's another thing, and this isn't probably very kind towards you guys because you have little. But when you're gonna do, pay attention to who's in line around you, because you're more than likely going to get grouped with them, and if you want to have a good, like, successful Smuggler's Run, you really don't want to have kids who'd rather not be there, who are not, right. They don't want to be doing this. Their mom is obviously dragging them along.
Can't reach the control.
One is super scared. He has no idea what Star Wars even is.
And then there was an infant with like who is not obviously knowing to press the buttons when they're flashing.
Yeah.
So I was an engineer because, I'm like, we'll let the kids have the cool spots. And so I'll be an engineer. And Dax and Tegan were the pilots. Nice. And then this other family with their kids that were just completely out of their element were the gunners and other stuff. And so I was like, I'm like, oh, hey, buddy, you see the light is flashing?
Go ahead. Button, please.
Push it.
Please press it. So it would make Hondo super happy if you'd go ahead and press the button.
Yeah. Yes. No, I know.
My take on that was really pay attention to who's around you in line, because you never know, unless you have a full party, you don't know who you're going to get grouped up with.
But it was cool. We got the gray card too.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I know. We were waiting until Georgia's a little bit older when she graduated, and then we can get the whole thing to ourselves. We get the whole thing. So yeah, that's plus of having a family of 6. We get racers all to ourselves. We're gonna have smugglers run all to ourselves. So
I'll just get her some really high platform shoes so that she's tall enough when she's like 2.
Yeah, perfect. Do you guys know about Chewy mode on Smugglers Run?
I feel like I've heard it, but I can't off the top of my head think about it.
You have to press certain buttons at a certain sequence. And so instead of Hondo talking to you throughout the ride, it's Chewy the entire time. So you don't know obviously what he's saying because he's just growling at you. So you either, there's a couple of ways you can do it's like the old cheat codes on, Nintendo, like up, down, left, right, A, B, start, select type sequence. But it's the same thing. You have to hit the buttons in a certain way, and everybody has to do it in order. Or you can just ask the cast member, like, hey, can you put in Chewy mode first?
Well, if you can just do that.
But
less exciting.
Yeah. So you have to try that next time. Well, we're getting close to the end here, but we'll just kind of wrap it up. So overall, how was your guys' trip overall? Was it, on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you rate it?
5.
Or 1 to 10. Let's make it 1 to 10.
I'd say a good 8.5.
Okay.
Nice. That's a good trip.
What about you, Dax?
I would say 9.
9. Okay.
I'm going to go 9.5. I had a blast. Everything seemed to go off without a hitch. I think the only thing we really missed out on was Matterhorn was closed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're bummed about
missed
that.
Your back adjustment.
Yeah.
Your chiropractor appointment at Disneyland.
But other than that, everything else was awesome.
Nice. Was there anything that you guys didn't, you said Matterhorn, but anything else that you wanted to do that didn't get a chance to do? Or what? Yeah. Or anything like that?
Yeah. Toontown was closed, and I like the Mr. Rabbit's ride in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to get a churro.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. Might as not have gone to Disneyland at all.
What?
Might as well just went to Universal.
There was definitely points where we're like, here's a churro line. We're going to do it. And then we're just like, it's pretty long. And then we just walked off.
I always kept putting it off. I'm like, I'm going to get one, but I'm just going to get it a little later. And then later never came.
That's how it that's kind of how it happens. Like, I'll just do a little bit later. And then you end up never doing it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I sent you and Adrienne something on Instagram regarding churros. So when you have a chance, take a look.
Okay. Check it out.
I will look.
Awesome. Well,
wait, Dax didn't say what he didn't get to do.
Oh, go ahead, Dax.
I don't think I really did anything.
I know Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians was like the only thing that was sad that I didn't get to do. I did Splash by myself, and I got a front row.
Oh, you got drinks.
You got so.
Yeah, big time.
It was the hottest day though, so that was nice.
So that's good.
How about you, Tegan?
She said she didn't get to do Toontown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was listening, but
we appreciate you guys having us on. We love listening to Christina and Dax.
Yeah.
Really like listening. They listen every week. And so we absolutely love it. We stay tuned, but we appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah, this is fun.
For deep dive trivia, you let me know.
I do. We need to do that
We'll
too.
need to do that. So maybe the next episode, we'll do some trivia. And
in the future, we need to try to plan a time to go at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it would be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And it was great talking with you, and we appreciate your insights, and hope to talk to you guys, have you guys on again next time you go, or just kind of, chat about Disney and Disneyland and all that. So until then, we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys.